Shalom Ashpuka. From the land to the land, from the ground to the ground. We know for a fact, all through scripture, we see our people going into captivity, going from Jerusalem, being carried away into captivity from one land to another land, from one ground to another ground. We know the story, how they came out of Egypt. They went from, the Most High delivered them from Egypt, one land, and delivered them. He got his people from out of bondage, delivered them out of bondage. They had to walk out. And he got them from one land to another land, into the wilderness, beginning the wilderness journey, and they end up in the land of Yasharal, from one land to another land. And all through scripture, they've done it the same way. They traveled. They traveled. Some traveled from one land to another land by sea. In ships, they traveled. He said, I will take you back to Egypt again with ships. So the people went from one land in ships to another land, the land of their captivity. But today, we are very intelligent. We're smarter than ever. And we're coming up with new ways and new things. And we have many different teachers teaching of how the Most High will deliver his people. And many think that there will be a rapture. And this is how he's going to deliver the people. Many people think there will be spaceships. This is how he delivered the people. But none throughout scripture, none have been delivered this way. Let's go into this. Genesis 12, 1 through 10. Now Yahuwah has said to Abram, get out of your country. The country is the land. Get out. Come out. Get out your country. And we have to do this because many people, they're teaching this, this thing is, you have to come out of her spiritually. They're teaching this and people believing this. But we see, come out of your country. The country is the land. Let's establish that. The country is the land, from your family and from your father's house to a land, from one land, which is the country, to another land that I will show you. And I will make you a great nation. We know the story. Barak you, make your name great. You shall be a Baraka. Barak those that barak you. Curse those that curse you. And in you, all the families in the earth shall be Barak. In you, all the families, Yasharal and Gui. In you, all the families of the earth shall be Barak. So Abram departed. Listen, the Most High sent the command. He sent the command. Get out of your country, from your family, from your father's house, from one land. And he says to go to a land I will show you. So he departed. So when he tells us to come out, we have to depart. And when we depart, it's him delivering us. We're not delivering him, coming to us, telling us what we need to do, and then we do it. So we work together with him. So Abram departed, as Yahuwah had spoken to him. And Lot went with him, traveling. And Abram was 75 years old when he departed from Haran. And Abram took Sarah his wife, and Lot his brother's son, and all their possessions that they had gathered, and the people whom they acquired in Haran. And they departed to go to the land of Canaan. Very, very simple. Very easy to understand. We know they traveled. And they went from one land to another land. One kingdom to another kingdom. So they came to the land of Canaan. The Most High does it no other way. If he's going to send spaceships to get someone, it would be the greatest. Abraham, Noah. He didn't send a spaceship and hover Noah up. Noah had to build the ship for 120 years. They deserved it more than we do. We're the most defiled, disgusting, stench to his nostrils, in our mess, eating unclean things from the womb to the tomb. And we have the nerve to think he's going to deliver us a different kind of way, other than he did for them. So Abram passed through the land. See, he passed through the land to the place of Shechem, as far as the terebinth tree of Moreh. And the Canaanites were then in the land. So there were people, Canaanites were in the land. Then Yahuwah appeared to Abram and said, to your descendants, I will give this land. This is the promise. And there he built a Mizpach to Yahuwah, who had appeared to him. And he moved from there to the mountain east of Bethel. So we see him moving from place to place. And he pitched his tent with Bethel on the west of Ai. On the east, there he built the Mizpach to Yahuwah and called on the name of Yahuwah. He called on the Most High's name. So Abram journeyed, going on still toward the south. So he continued his journey. Now there was a famine in the land. And Abram went down to Egypt, once again going from one land to another land. This is what this message is about. And there's no other way of traveling. There was no other way. No magical thing happened here. Nothing throughout Scripture. And our people have to change the mentality. When you see our people come out, they look at us strange. What are they doing? The Most High going to get us. He's going to get us. You don't know how he's going to get us. When they say he's going to get us, it's not the way you think it's going to be. This thing going to blow people's mind, and we're going to see that. And Abram went down to Egypt to dwell there, for the famine was severe in the land. We don't know how he gave Egypt to his people as a ransom. And it came to pass, when he was close to entering into Egypt, that he said to Sarah, his wife, okay, that's all I need here. All right, Dead Sea Scrolls 5, page 657. Here is the prophet Jeremiah. He departed from before Yahuwah to the company of the captives who were taken captive from the land of Jerusalem. Here we see people. I told you, we see this all through Scripture. They're being taken captive from the land of Jerusalem, just as the Most High had Jeremiah to prophesy. And they told Jeremiah he was crazy. They wanted to kill Jeremiah. He said, Jeremiah is weakening the people with this flee doctrine, with this go into captivity doctrine. And that word wasn't from Jeremiah, it was from the Most High. See, you don't know when a person speaks for the Most High. When people don't know the Most High, they won't hear his voice, even though it's coming from a man of the Most High. So they left the land of Jerusalem and came to Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babel. This is Babylon. It's showing us the Babylonian captivity. People say Babylon is a system. That's a 21st century saying. Nobody knew that. Nowhere in Scripture says Babylon is a system. But we have teachers, and although a man that's teaching many, teaching his people, Babylon is a system. You can't leave the system. The system is everywhere. You go from one system to another system. No, we went from one land to another land. That's what we did because the Most High said it. We went from one ground to another ground. So here's the king of Babel. People being carried away. Nebuchadnezzar, chief of his bodyguard, smote and took the vessels of the house. So they also took the precious things out the house of the Most High. The priests, the sons of Yasharal, led them to Babylon. And Jeremiah the prophet went with them as far as the river, and he commanded them what they were to do in the land of their captivity. They went from one land to another land. This is what the Scripture is saying. And they obeyed the voice of Jeremiah in regard to the words which Yahuwah commanded him. And they were to keep the covenant of the Most High, of their fathers, in the land of their captivity. They had to keep what they could keep in the land of their captivities. Surely they couldn't keep everything. Okay. Seeing if I need any more there. All right. This is 2nd Ezra 13 and 40. And these are the 10 tribes, the 10 sons, These are the 10 sons which were led away from their own land. These sons, they were led away from their own land into captivity. From one land, they went to another land. And we've seen King Hoshea of the Shalmaneser, the king of Assyrians, led captive. He took them across the river and they were taken into another land. We have to know this. We have to understand this. And when another speak of this spiritual, this spaceship, the Most High going to deliver us, we don't have to travel from land to land. We don't have to go anywhere. We don't have to do anything. The Most High is going to get us. We know that this is false teaching. This didn't come. We know this thing didn't come from the mouth of the Most High. But what is the thing that came from his mouth? Let's see it. Jeremiah 54-8. In those days and at that time, says Yahuwah, the children of Yasharal shall come. Notice, it's right here. They shall come. When they went from one land to another land, they had to come. He didn't say the children of Yasharal shall be brought in spaceships, or they don't have to do anything. They're going to have to come here. They and their children. They and the children of Yehuda together with continual weeping, they shall come. They shall come. Do nothing and you will not come. Do nothing and expect Jacob's trouble. This is the opposite. Go ahead. Stay in the land of your captivity. Love your captivity. And watch what happens. Don't come. We're within the borders. See, the ones within the borders, we're here. We could tell them, you don't believe it? Don't come. But the scripture said they will come with continual weeping. They shall come. Come and what? Seek Yahuwah, their mighty one. We're in the lands of our captivities. In the four corners of the earth, seeking the Most High in the land of our captivity. Seek him and you will not find him. He's not there. Don't you know where the Most High resides? Don't you know where the scripture says his home is? Don't you know his eyes always on Jerusalem? Don't you know within the borders is under the dome, under his throne? Anyone ever tell you this? You're directly under the Most High's dome. This is why he put us far away from the land. Watch this. Verse 5. This is for the people that come to the comment section saying, okay, I hear the Most High say come out. But where do we go? Where do we go? When I first started this channel, I had that question so many times. Where do we go? I heard this for the first time. I never knew this. I never knew it was in the Bible. No man showed me this. And I didn't study for myself. This is all of us, including the Voice of Yahuwah is One channel. We didn't know this stuff. And so my time came when I had to learn this. No, but I don't know where to go. Where should we go? Look at verse 5. They shall ask the way to Sion. When these new people come to the channel and they hear this message, come out of her, my people. Come out of her and go where? Where do we go? The scripture said we would ask the way. Where do we go? And the righteous will point you in the direction with their faces toward it, saying, come. This is what we're saying. Come. I'm telling all the others, come. The one within the borders, we're sending out the Most High's voice. Come. Let us join ourselves to Yahuwah. Why do we have to come? We right back to come. I thought we could stay in the land of our captivity and he's going to get us. But it says come. So if you don't come, you're not going to be joined to the Most High. You're going to be joined to Jacob's trouble. And many people, most people, they're not going to come. They're going to sit in the land of captivity.